YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Rajay, back at it again with another video. This time doing the hot taper on my fraternity brother Jalen, trying to start this 2021 year off right. Always comb the hair, lifting the hair out the scalp, just checking for any cowlicks, weird growth patterns, or any scars or something like that. Just keeping it dark on top, going with the grain with this cut. I'm just speeding it up to save time, but make sure you guys analyze the head, looking for the crown area. You want to keep the area a little bit thicker than the rest of the head. That's where your hair grows. So if you take that down too low, it may seem like a patch. And wavers spend a lot of time on the crown area. You put a lot of work in on the crown area, so you don't want to mess that up. Right here, I just add some of my Elegance holding spray to the lining, freezing the hair in place, and making sure I'm combing it down. So once I go back to line it up, everything's froze and it's in place. The hair won't move on you when you line it up, over curl on the lining. Here I go in my Gold FXs, create my first bar line on that left side of that taper, starting at the bottom of his vertical bar, extending to the ear. I'm gonna do this for the right side and the back as well. Here we go in when I first got lined with our Andes Fade Masters, getting ready to knock out this hot taper in the back. I like the Andes because they got the notches on the side and the long teeth, gives you that stretched blend. I'm closing the lever halfway, getting ready to knock out this line, just playing with the lever, call a lever play, trying to get this blend tight. Here I go in with my one all the way open, just debulking the top. When you debulk, you just removing it softly, not going in automatically with your neck's lowest guard, but just debulking it so it could be a little bit easier when you come back. Then I come behind it with my zero all the way open, flicking out, just trying not to create another guideline, just using a takeaway method, slowly but surely trying to knock out that line, not creating guidelines to get that soft blend. Just playing with the lever. Yeah, then I go in with my two guard all the way open, just flicking out, trying not to go too high on the hot taper in the back. Just you'll never see me just lay the guard flat on his head. Just want to keep flicking out. It may seem like I'm not flicking out, but I'm still doing that C motion, not digging in. Here I just keep going back and forth between the two close and the 1.5, just flicking out, seeing any dark spots, cleaning it up, just trying to double back on my work. So this taper off, I go in with my Andes all the way open, trying not to go too high, trying to keep that area by the lining kind of dark because I want that lining to still be dark. I just go in with my Andes all the way closed, trying to knock out that bottom line. That's what I love about the Andes. The teeth are so long, gives you a lot of room to fade, creating that stretch blend. Here I go in with my two all the way open, just debulking at the top, trying to save the waves. I knew that this wasn't going to knock out too many waves, but it's going to be a little sacrifice with the wavers getting a hot taper, but you don't want to go too high, using the takeaway method little by little. Next, I go on my one all the way open. Same thing, kind of a debulking process. Little by little, take away out. Sometimes with these tapers, I don't want to go in straight with the next lowest guard. I want to create that soft blend, keeping it dark though. Closing it up, flicking out. May not seem like I'm flicking it out, but I promise you I'm flicking it out. You don't want to create guidelines, man. It's easier with the fade when you flick out. The taper is practically done, just using my zero guard to flick it out. Playing with the lever. Here I go in with my 2 behind the ears. I want to clean that dark area up behind the ear so that taper can look just flawless around the ear. Here I just go in cleaning up the back of the beard, just trying to keep it natural as possible. Trust me, the client is going to appreciate that you save all the progress and keeping it full. I start this neckline at the top of the ear, then work down, just trying to keep it natural. Keeping the blade at a 45-degree angle so you don't nick the client. It's a very sensitive area. Trying to keep it natural so they don't have any bad or nasty grow back. For the right side, it's gonna be the same exact steps. You can just tell on this side that his hair grows at a different angle, kind of a down and out. Every canvas is not perfect, but as a barber, you gotta make sure that it looks identical. Just angle the clipper, flicking out. This is my client's weak side. Not saying weak like he don't put in the work, but it's just like his hair might grow slower on this side, so the hair won't curl up to get those waves. With the top of the taper on the beard, this could be crucial. This could really set your cut apart. Here I just do some freehand work, cleaning it up. Try not to dig in and flick out, but this could definitely set your cuts apart, and it can definitely get that nice transition to that hot taper. To kick this lining off, I comb the hair in place, make sure it's flush, working from the middle, starting and then going left and right. Just as a barber, you have to have great judgment, man. Looking for any cow licks, any slanted lines, any light spots. You have to create this straight line on this forehead that's a curved surface. It's not easy, but as a barber, you have to have great judgment. Not digging in too much. You want to cut the hair, not the skin. Next, I go in with my vertical bars. Try not to apply too much pressure. It's an area that you can really nick up if the clippers are too sharp and not set right. So you really want to be light. Like I said, you want to cut the hair, not the skin. You don't want to overwork the hair. Just make sure you keep combing the hair too. Make sure it's flush. It's very important. It's your #1 tool. You want to make sure you have a light hand. Always step back and look away so you can make sure that lining is straight. Here I go on my fibers using my Sean Cuts Hair barber card. I do not recommend enhancement for starter barbers. You want to learn how to give a good natural line up first before you get in the glitz and glamour of barbering. But your little enhancement is not going to hurt. You just don't want to overdo it. You want to enhance the cut. You don't want it to make the cut. Clients are going to realize that, you just sprayed the hair on and gave them a paint job instead of a real cut. So you don't want to overdo it because they definitely notice. I didn't get it on video, but after I lined them up, I hit them with a Elegance holding spray to lock in the fibers. Next, I go in with my Barber Magic pencil, just adding another enhancement to the lining so I can get that picture perfect lining. See, I'm not applying too much pressure and that the pencil is sharpened, not creating this bulky line that you can't get out with your clipper or your razor. These little things is like the small things that can separate you with your linings. Just paying attention to detail. Here I go in and clean up my man beard. Sometimes I'll skip a step and just go straight to the razor. Just stretch the skin. Make sure you go over the line a couple times. It may look good on the first try, but You keep repeating the same steps, I promise you, it's gonna create that distinct line, a distinct curve. Here I go in using a razor, stretching the skin, holding at a 45-degree angle. Don't want to dig in too much, don't want to nick the client. But you see the cut is coming together, just putting the finishing touches on. Here I go in with my gold effects, just clean up any loose hairs on top. Just make sure you have a steady hand and that you got a good angle with the trimmer. You just don't want to dig into the hair. Here I just apply just a small amount of coconut oil to my client's waves, just to give it that extra pop. And that's the cut, finished product. Appreciate you guys for sitting through the video. Appreciate the bros for coming through and supporting. If you're feeling this beat and loving this beat, follow my boy Nigel Uno on Instagram and follow me on Instagram at Rajay Perkins. Year 2021, 2020 was a tough one. Let's get this money, let's chase our dreams. Appreciate the love and support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More content coming soon, so turn your post notifications on.